Welcome back to another entry in the series I'm Turning 30. My name is Mitch, and this is a series where every single week I talk about things that are happening in my past, present, and future. And as you can see by the title of this video, this week I am going to be talking about tattoos. So I'm going to start off the video by showing you the tattoos that I have. First, we'll start off with this one on my arm. If you've watched any of my previous videos, I probably pointed it out. I think I talked about it in my color video that I recently put out, but this is the most obvious one that most people see when they first see me nowadays, is this one on my arm. As you can kind of see, it is a Pokemon trio right here. And this last character right here is a character from the game called Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. It's one of my favorite games of all time. She is one of my favorite companions in that game. And I had this idea probably about 4 years ago or so, and I decided to get it while I was here in Japan. The next one I'm going to show off is right here on my shoulder. As you can see right here on my shoulder, I have this small tree. Now, I got this one right before I came to Japan, actually, about a month, I think, before I came to Japan, so it's been a little over a year now since I got this one. I got it with my best friends in Europe when we went to Amsterdam together. We decided to get matching tattoos, so all of us have this little black tree right here. If you're curious, it is a representation of a game we played called Age of Empires. We would play on a map called the Black Forest, and we decided with our three trees, we make the Black Forest map. I don't know, that's kind of what we thought. So we all have a tree like this. The two of them have it on their forearms, but I decided to get it right here. The third tattoo I will show you is the very first one that I got, actually, that is on my back, that I'll show you right now. So yeah, this one on my back is from a game called League of Legends. The crest I will put up on screen right now, right here. But it is a crest from this video game that I really enjoyed playing when I was a teenager. I don't play it so much now. It was never I wanted to get the tattoo because I liked the game. As soon as I saw the crest for this city, I knew I wanted it as a tattoo. Whenever I was a kid, I was actually really intrigued by tattoos. Whenever I would see people that had them, I would always want to kind of examine them, and I would kind of probably go out of my way to stare at them for having the tattoos, but not as like a really a judgmental way. It's just like, oh, that's so cool, they have this tattoo. And I always just thought it was just this cool, like, not status symbol, but just this thing that people had, and I was like looked up to people that had them. Now, when I was like a teenager and a kid, I never really imagined like if I got a tattoo what I would want, but for some reason, the second I saw the crest from the city of that video game, I knew that I wanted it tattooed somewhere on my body. And then finally, I have this very small, tiny one, this fourth one, that I'm going to try to see if I can get on camera for you. That's here on my left hand in between my fingers. So you can kind of see it right there on my middle finger. On the right side of my middle finger, I have a little semicolon tattooed on the inside of my finger. So the semicolon tattoo is the only one that has like really a deeper meaning. So I mean, the tree, obviously, it's just like me and my friends wanted to get something together, and then the other two are just like games that I liked mixed with designs that I've kind of thought or wanted to have kind of a memory of somewhere. Whereas the semicolon one's a little bit more of a meaning tattoo that people get. And for those of you that don't know, the semicolon tattoo is actually a fairly common tattoo. Many people that get a semicolon tattoo, they get it as a symbol of overcoming or of hope, or to remind them that they have come above a dark place before, whether that has something to do with like depression or anxiety or suicidal thoughts or something along those lines. It kind of reminds the person that they were at a much darker point in their lives and they got out of that hole, and that they should continue on. Because when a sentence, if it has a semicolon, it's never the end of that sentence. It's kind of like the meaning behind the semicolon tattoo. And that's why I decided to get it as well. Now, it can cover other things. I'm sure it can cover a variety of mental issues or physical struggles that people come over, but that's the reason that I had heard it was a thing and the reason I wanted to get it. So I got it along with this tattoo of my arm. I got both at the same time because when I was a teenager and in my early 20s, I was in a much darker place in my life, and I am still here. So I wanted to eventually get it somewhere. I knew I wanted to probably get it in between my fingers. I also thought about getting it behind my ear here as well. but decided to opt for the hands instead. I would like to mention that just because I have it doesn't mean you just automatically overcome. Like, getting the tattoo doesn't just get rid of all those issues you've had, but it's just something to kind of look at and remember that you were at a very bad place and you came out of it okay. And if you return to a bad place, that there is hope for you. There is a chance that it will get better, and it has gotten better before. And yeah, that's it for the tattoos that I have right now currently. But going forward, I do want to get more. When I started my tattoo journey, one would say, when I first got my back tattoo, I really decided that I was kind of going to go all in. Obviously, tattoos are expensive, which is honestly why I don't have more, or I would have plenty more already. Sorry, mom and dad. I think they're really cool, so I'm planning on getting more. I think, again, I might have mentioned this in my color video or something along the lines in some other video, but I do want to do this whole arm a type of purplish tattoos, different things that I like that are different shades of purple just kind of going throughout my left arm. That's why I got this one on this left arm, and just getting a bunch of different stuff throughout this arm that is purple that I like. This side, I kind of wanted to keep it more of like traditional black and white, which is part of the reason why I got the tree right here, to kind of remind me that I wanted to start the black and white going down on this arm. I don't really have a theme necessarily that I want to do. I think I might, but I'm not positive I can fit it all. But I do want to have both of my arms completely done. I have reached out to other tattoo artists to get tattoos on my legs while I've been in Japan. There is a certain tattoo artist named Horibeni here in Japan that I really want to get a tattoo from. He does a lot of anime girl tattoos, and there is an anime girl that I was planning getting tattooed on my calf, but the tattoos are fairly expensive, so we'll see if I can afford that before I am not here anymore. But I do plan on getting an anime girl tattoo on one of my legs as well. As far as the pain goes, the worst pain that I've ever had is probably just the one on my back. Honestly, the lining, the black part, when before all the color was put in, was not that bad. The color though was rough, because I went in for a session where we did the lines, and then went home and came back the next day for the colors. And because my skin was tender from all of the tattooing before and still recovering, getting it colored on hurt just so much worse than it had the previous day. All the other tattoos, even the one on my finger right here, I know it's small, but didn't hurt at all. This one didn't hurt at all. This one didn't hurt at all. I mean, they hurt, but not like, I wouldn't say like unbearable. I know there's certain like areas for certain people that it really hurts. Like I said, right in my spine when I had it colored was probably the most painful and hard to do, but I think it is definitely bearable for people that do want to get tattoos. So yeah, get a tattoo if you like them. Don't if you don't. Don't make fun of people or judge people for having tattoos. One, you don't know the reason they got them. Two, it's not really affecting you at all. And you should kind of just go about your own way if you don't like them. And if you do like them, hey, you should think about getting some. I'm not saying that you need to go all out and get all these tattoos like everywhere, but I think that there are ways for you to get certain tattoos that can kind of enhance yourself or your features or tell a story or something. I don't know. I just really like tattoos, so I think more people should have them, even if it's not like a bunch of them. They should think about getting one of something either meaningful to them or something they like or something that they think looks cool. I've come to realize as I've gotten older, even though I just thought they were purely cool when I was younger, as I've gotten older and kind of like reflected on the tattoos that I've gotten, I don't think I'm ever going to regret getting the tattoos. I know that's a common thing people say when they're about to get tattoos, is like, I don't know if I'm going to regret it X amount of time down the line, whether it's 3 months, years, blah, blah, blah. When I'm old, they're going to look like this, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people like bring up certain ages and timelines about when they might regret their tattoos. And what I have to say is this: if someone's not going to give you a chance because you have a tattoo, then I don't think you really want to get to know that person. They're judging you for surface level things, and unless it's something super offensive or super gross or something like that, like, I don't think there's any reason to not give that person a chance. Each tattoo that somebody gets is basically a story for them. They were at some point in their lives that person, whether it's a drunken mistake tattoo that many people get, a tattoo of somebody that they once loved that then cheats on them. It tells a story of who you were in your previous time here. Now, if tattoos bring up certain painful memories for you, like the one I kind of just mentioned, and you want to get it removed, I think that's also totally fine. If it's now painful for you to even like look at it, then yeah, I can support removing it. But supporting it because you just don't like it or you've fallen out of love of whatever you got tattooed doesn't really sit right with me, because you got it tattooed because it was a part of who you were, or if it was something you really liked, something you thought was cool. And regardless of if you don't think it's cool, it's a story. When I was 21, I thought this was cool, and so I got it tattooed on me, and then 10 years later, I might not think it's cool anymore, but 10 years ago I did. And to me, that's like a interesting dynamic you can have with your body, to look at these things and be like, I really liked this at some point. This was a part of me and something that I really enjoyed having, that meant a lot to me, that I thought looked really cool. And you can look at it and reflect on how you've grown and how you've changed in your life. But yeah, hopefully all that made sense. Thanks once again for stopping by this week, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope you are enjoying the videos. It's honestly weird how much time has gone by and filming these videos each week, and just knowing that I'm gonna have only 52 videos. Like, I feel like I'm like constantly filming, but like I'm gonna turn 30 and it feels like this series is kind of just gonna end, and it's gonna be just 52 videos, and for some reason that doesn't feel like a whole lot to me. So I do appreciate you being here during this year. So please let me know down in the comments if you have anything that you want me to talk about, concerns, questions, any of those things, regards to this video or just the series as a whole. I look forward to seeing them, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.